Hello everybody. So today's session will be on RTP for Jan 2026. I'll try to pack up the session as quickly as possible because as you all know we are running out of time. There's very little days left for the examination and I want you to be able to revise the entire RTP for GST portion in as little time as possible. So without any further delay, let's start with our session. So we begin with case scenario. All right. So as I have said before, whenever you're going for case scenarios, first go through the questions so you know exactly what you need to pay attention to. All right. You know what they're expecting. And then when you come back to the case scenario, you get a better picture of the entire question. All right. So let's go through the questions first. First question is regarding revised tax invoice by Paradise Resorts. All right. Second one, what is the GST treatment of performance by Dharohar Group? Okay. Whether there will be any GST liability on interior designing services provided free of cost by DEF Interiors. All right. What will be the time of supply in respect of marriage function? Which of the following statement is or are correct? The place of supply of services provided to Mr. Ajay will be location of immobile property and no GST is payable in case of transfer of business as going concern. No, without even reading the case scenario, you can say that statement 2 is correct. Yes, because no GST is payable in case of transfer of business as going concern. Yes, it is an exempt supply. So, it is covered under exemptions. So, statement 2 is actually correct. We need to see for statement 1 also. Now, coming back to the case scenario, it's a very small case scenario. Alright, let's read it. ABC Associates engaged in the hospitality sector in Rajasthan under the trade name Paradise Resorts commenced operations on 1/4/2025. Okay, so they have hotels and they commenced the operations on 1/4/25. Its aggregate turnover crossed 20 lakhs on 1/6/2025. So its services, obviously the limit is 20 lakhs, it's in Rajasthan. Their threshold limit has crossed on 1/6/25. The application for the registration was filed on 15/6/2025. We all know in case of registration, when you're finding effective date of registration, you have to check one thing. Have you applied for registration within 30 days from the date you became liable for registration? When is the date you became liable for registration? Here it is on 1/6/2025. Yes, because that is when your threshold limit was crossed, correct? Within 30 days. When did we file? We filed it on 15/6. We applied for registration on 15/6/2025. Therefore, your effective date of registration will be the date on which it became liable for registration. So, this is your effective date of registration. And registration was granted with effect from 1/7/2025. Consequent to the grant of registration, Paradise Resorts issued revised tax invoice for the period beginning with 15/6/2025. Now we saw the first question was regarding revised tax invoice, correct? So revised tax invoice, we've learned that you can issue revised tax invoice for which period? For the period from your effective date of registration to the date of grant of certificate of registration. Alright, here effective date of registration is 1/6/25. What is your grant of certificate of registration? Certificate of registration was issued on, registration was granted with effect from 1/7/25. 1/7/25. So for this period, you can issue revised tax invoice. But what is the time limit for you to issue revised tax invoice? Within 1 month from your certificate of registration. So within 1 month from 1/7/2025, you need to issue revised tax invoice for this period. Alright. So let's look at that question. Whether issuance of revised tax invoice by Paradise Resorts is valid as per the relevant provisions. Yes, revised tax invoice may be issued for the period 15/6/2025 to 1/7/2025 within 1 month from 1/7/2025. Did I say from 15/6? No, you have to issue from 1/6/2025. Revised tax invoice may be issued for the period 1/6/2025 to 1/7/2025 within 1 month from 1/7/2025. This is your correct answer. Alright. Here the third option was within 15 days. Last option was no revised tax invoice. No, that is also wrong. This is your correct answer. Okay, from your effective date of registration to your grant of certificate of registration. For that period, you can issue revised tax invoice. When will you issue it? Within 1 month from your certificate of registration. Alright, next. For its hotel interiors, Paradise Resorts availed interior designing services free of cost from DEF Interiors Japan. Alright, so this is clearly a Schedule 1 activity. Yes, because there is free of cost. Yes, there is no consideration. From DEF Interiors Japan, whose proprietor is the son of one of the partners of Paradise Resorts. This is covered under your related persons. Okay, so when you are receiving any kind of service free of cost for the purpose of business, this is for the purpose of business, because Paradise Resorts availed interior designing service. Okay, but there is no consideration. Is it considered as supply? Yes, it is considered as supply. Okay, there was a question regarding this. Where there will be any GST liability on interior designing services provided free of cost, which of the following is most appropriate? Yes, since import of service from a related person in the course of furtherance of business will be treated as supply even if made without consideration. Yes, that is your answer. What are the other options? Let's see. No, since no consideration was paid, the same is not taxable. No, this is not correct. Import of service from a related person is exempt. No, we did not learn anything like that. Yes, fully taxable irrespective of whether used for business or personal purpose. Wrong. Answer is A. Next. Mr. Ajay, a GST registered person in Madhya Pradesh, availed lodging accommodation service at the resort for 2 nights and 3 days. What is this? This is a service regarding in relation to an immovable property. Yes. So what is your place of supply? It will be the location of your immovable property. Correct? So what is the location of the immovable property? Rajasthan. Correct? So where is the question? The place of supply provided to Mr. Ajay will be the location of the immovable property. Correct, no? So statement 1 is also correct. Statement 2 is also correct. So both statements are correct. See how easy it is when you've already read the question, right? You're able to connect it easily, correct? For the New Year celebrations, Paradise Resorts engaged the Dharohar Group, a classical music troupe, for a performance at an agreed consideration of 2.5 lakhs. When is it exempt? Classical is fine. They are not brand ambassador. Correct? They are not brand ambassador. But the consideration only up to 1.5 lakh. Only if it is up to 1.5 lakh, it is exempt. Correct? This is 2.5 lakh. So the entire 2.5 lakh is taxable. Alright. Then, a marriage function was hosted at the hotel premises on 1/6/2025. The invoice was issued on 28/6/2025. Consideration was received on 29/6/2025. Alright. So, this is a service FCM. What is the first question that you need to ask? Have you issued the invoice within 30 days? What is the invoice date? 28/6/2025. From 1/6/2025, within 30 days, have you issued? Yes, I have issued. So, what will be my time of supply? It will be the earlier of two things. One is date of invoice and the other one is date of payment. Because you issued within 30 days. Date of invoice is 28/6/25. Date of payment is 29/6/25. Whichever is earlier. So your time of supply is 28/6/2025. Where was that question? There we go. Answer is B. Now we move on to the next question. So the next question is question 6. Mr. Prithvi Raj, registered under GST, is engaged in supplying services as discussed in the table below in Maharashtra. So they have just said engaged in supplying services. He has furnished the following information with respect to the services provided or received by him during the month of February. Okay, fellow is in Maharashtra and this is for the month of Feb. Now, Carnatic music performance given by Mr. Prithvi Raj to promote a brand of ready-made garments. Alright, is this an inward supply or an outward supply? Given by Mr. Prithvi Raj, outward supply. Outdoor catering services availed for a marketing event organized for his prospective customers. Availed. Inward supply. Services of transportation of students provided to a Subhaskar College providing education as part of curriculum for obtaining a recognized qualification. This is provided to, yes, outward supply. Legal services availed for official purpose from an advocate located in Gujarat, inward supply. Services provided to Wealth Bank, outward supply. Recovery agent services provided to a car dealer, outward supply. General insurance taken on a car, inward supply. Alright. We'll read through this properly again. I just want you to understand how we are splitting it into outward and inward easily. Alright. Rates of GST are 9, 9 and 18. All inward and outward are exclusive of taxes. All conditions for availing the ITC have been fulfilled. All your section 16 conditions are fulfilled. All the transactions mentioned above are intrastate unless information for determination of place of supply is given. If nothing is given, consider it as intrastate. The turnover of Mr. Prithvi Raj was 2.5 crore in the previous financial year. Now, when you look at this, just read through it, you might be confused. Why have they given this information? We'll come to that. Compute the net GST payable in cash by Mr. Prithvi Raj for the month of February. So, this is a solid question. Alright, you need to calculate your, whenever question comes like this, when you have to compute your net GST payable in cash, I've already said we need 3 steps here. One is computation of GST payable, all your outward supplies and whatever you need to pay in cash by RCM. And then you have computation of ITC available, second step. Third step is computation of net GST payable in cash, where you will set off this ITC with the GST payable and whatever is a balance will be your net GST payable in cash. Can we begin now? First we'll go through the outward supplies because we are calculating computation of GST payable first. Alright, so for that only outward supply. What are the outward supplies? We've already classified it. Carnatic music performance. So Carnatic music performance is classical form. So you know for classical form, if it is up to 1.5 lakh, it is exempt. Given by Mr. Prithvi Raj to promote a brand of ready-made garments. Now, Carnatic music performance is fine. 1,40,000 consideration is fine. But this is in the capacity of brand ambassador because Prithvi Raj is giving it in capacity of brand ambassador. Okay, he's promoting a brand of ready-made garments. We've studied in exemption. If it is in the capacity of brand ambassador, it is not exempt. So your 1,40,000 is taxable. Okay, value of supply, CGST, SGST and IGST. Okay, this is we've already seen in the question that if there is no information regarding place of supply, we are free to assume that it is intrastate. So I'm assuming it is intrastate, 9%, 9%. Next. Outdoor catering services availed for a marketing event. Outward supply. Services of transportation of students provided to Subhaskar College, providing education as part of curriculum for obtaining a recognized qualification. All the story is not required. Service of transportation of students provided to college. Is it exempt? No, it is taxable. Only if it is preschool to higher secondary, it is exempt. Correct? Transport service to college is taxable. Then, services provided to Wealth Bank as a business correspondent with respect to accounts in a branch of the bank located in urban area. Okay, this is in urban area. If it was in rural area, your exemption will apply. Correct? This is in urban area. So, obviously, no. It is taxable. Alright. Then, recovery agent services provided to a car dealer. When did we say it comes under RCM? Only when you are giving it to a bank or a financial institution or a non-banking financial institution, correct? NBFC. Now here, this is provided to a car dealer. It is taxable under FCM only, not under RCM. Okay, so 15,000, 1350, 1350. Now here, these are your tax payable under forward charge. This is payable under forward charge. 40,950, 40,950. Alright. Now, we're going to see the next part. Yes. One of these is going to be under RCM. Okay. Where did we see that? Legal services availed for official purpose. Okay, before that, let's just review through the inward supply. How will you identify it? Okay, outdoor catering service, as soon as you see outdoor catering service, if it is not for further outward supply or if it is not under statutory obligation, it is blocked ITC. So forget about this. Legal services availed for official purpose from an advocate located in Gujarat. Advocate located in Gujarat. A single advocate? Yes, an individual. When will it be covered under RCM? When you are a business entity located in taxable territory with your turnover crossing the threshold limit in the preceding financial year. Only then it will be taxable under RCM. That is why they have given you this information. The turnover of Mr. Prithviraj was 2.5 crore, clearly above the threshold limit, yes. So this will be taxable under RCM. So for this, I will have to include it in GST payable. Why? Because I have to pay it in cash, correct? 1,75,000. Also, one important thing, this is in Gujarat. We are in Maharashtra. Correct? We are in Maharashtra. This is in Gujarat. So obviously, your place of supply, your location of supplier and the place of supply is different. So it will be interstate. And that is why 18% of 1,75,000. Now you need to add everything. Forward charge plus reverse charge. That is your total GST payable. Alright. Next step is computation of ITC available. We already said outdoor catering services is blocked. Legal services availed. I can take ITC, correct? I can take ITC for this. Even if I have to pay RCM in cash, I can take the ITC. There is nothing blocked here. So for 1,75,000, I will take the ITC. What is the last one? General insurance taken on a car, seating capacity 5, used for special purposes. We already said if the service is on a blocked ITC motor vehicle, okay? For the motor vehicle, if the ITC is blocked, any services like general insurance, repairs, everything will also be blocked, correct? Now look at this. General insurance for car, outdoor catering services, legal services availed. This is obviously blocked. Legal services availed, I can take the ITC? Yes. General insurance for car, I cannot take because it is only for 5 seat. See, that was in the question, correct? Seating capacity is 5. It is obviously blocked. Even though it is used for official purpose, seating capacity is 5. And general insurance is taken on a car with seating capacity 5. So when a seating capacity itself is 5, it is below the limit and hence what is it? It is blocked ITC. So general insurance for it also will be blocked only. Now, and then you get the total ITC available. Okay, don't worry, I'll share this PDF with you on the Telegram channel. Okay, the link for the Telegram channel will be in the pinned comments. You can find me through there. Third step is computation of net GST payable in cash. Obviously, you saw GST payable under forward charge. What is it? There we go. 4950, 4950. 4950, 4950. Net ITC available is 31,500 in IGST. What is the order for utilization of IGST? First, I need to exhaust it against IGST liability. Then I can use it for CGST and SGST in any order and in any proportion. Alright. So, I could have either taken this 31,500 fully for CGST or fully for CGST. But what I have done is, I have split it into 2 equally. Alright. That is also allowed. But ultimately, a GST liability total amount will be same. Okay. So, here 25,200, 25,200. IGST payable in cash. And that is why we are keeping this separately. Okay. One mistake a lot of them does is when you are calculating net GST payable in cash, GST payable under forward charge, for that you can take the net ITC available. Alright. Many of them, what they do is GST payable, they take forward charge plus reverse charge and they put it here. What happens? You'll forget this step. Alright. So GST payable under forward charge, take it. ITC will include your RCM ITC also. That you are eligible to take. But GST payable for RCM cash, you need to disclose it separately here. Alright. Please do not add it here because then your answer will be wrong. Okay. And then the best way to present, I would say, is give note numbers so that your presentation of answer will be better to look at. It will be neat. Alright, and then if you give your note numbers properly, you can give the explanation. Classical music performed in the capacity of brand ambassador is taxable even if it does not exceed 1,50,000. Transportation service for students not from preschool to higher secondary school is taxable. Business correspondent service to banks with respect to urban branches not exempt. Recovery agent services to other than banks, FI, NBFCs is taxable under forward charge. Legal services, this is important. Legal services from individual advocate availed by a business entity having aggregate turnover exceeding the threshold limit in preceding FY is taxable under reverse charge. ITC is also available since it was used for business purpose. The place of supply and location of supplier is in different states, hence it is a interstate supply. ITC and outdoor catering service is blocked if not in the same line of business or under statutory obligation. ITC on motor vehicle up to 13% seating capacity is blocked if not for further supply or transportation of passengers or for imparting training. General insurance services of such ineligible motor vehicle is also blocked ITC. See, I'm just reading through this because we've already explained it when we were solving it, okay? Credit utilization of IGST, first against IGST, then against CGST, SGST. Why I'm asking you to give notes at the end is because you'll have a dearth of time when you're attending the exam. All right, you'll always find it. You might struggle with the time. So what happens is, if you get done with the answers first, notes will come to you on its own. Because you've already gone through the question, you don't have to think, you just have to write it. Okay, you just have to write the points. And then even if you are if you're short on time, theory will come quite pretty fast, even if you're short on time. Okay, but this, if you're able to present properly, then yes, half of the work is done, correct? More than half of the work is done. So that is why I always encourage, finish the numerical part of the question first, then come to the notes. But give the notes. Definitely give the notes. Alright. Do not miss out on the notes because you will lose marks if you don't give the notes. Alright. Now we move to the next question. Determine the place of supply in respect of following independent cases. Brief reason should form part of your answer. Alright. Mr. U from Mount Abu, Rajasthan, an unregistered person. Okay, the guy is an unregistered person. He's from Rajasthan. Ordered one laptop as a gift for his father from e-commerce site Zilu, registered in Mumbai, Maharashtra, to be delivered at his parent house located at Gujarat. Okay. So the person who's ordering it is an unregistered person. He's from Rajasthan. For whom did he order? For his father through a e-commerce website. Where is the e-commerce website registered? In Mumbai, Maharashtra. Where is the delivery address here? Delivered at his parent house located at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Mount Abu, Rajasthan was mentioned as permanent address at the e-commerce site Zilu. We've learned this in one of the clarifications. Supply of goods to unregistered person, generally, when your billing address and your delivery address is different, your place of supply is whatever is your delivery address in the invoice. What is the delivery address on the invoice? Gujarat. Correct? So when billing address and delivery address are different, whatever is the delivery address on invoice will be your place of supply. This is in case of to unregistered person. Alright. So what is the delivery address here? Delivery address is Gujarat. So place of supply is Gujarat. Mr. Oman, a tourist from Australia, visited India in the month of September. He got repaired his camera during his visit to Udaipur. Okay, the fellow is from Australia. He visited in September. He repaired his camera during his visit to Rajasthan by Mr. R, who also visited Udaipur at the same time. Okay, who repaired it? Mr. R. But Mr. R, he's registered in New Delhi. Okay, but he was also on a visit to Udaipur, so they met coincidentally. Mr. Oman provided address of his friend who resides at Mumbai, Maharashtra to be mentioned in the bill issued by Mr. R for repairing of camera. So this will be covered under your general section. Section 12, subsection 2. This is a place of supply in case of services to other than registered persons. To other than registered persons. If you have the address on record, it will be the location of recipient. If you do not have the address, it will be the location of the supplier. Here, did he provide the address? Yes, the address on record is there. Which address did he give? He gave Mumbai address, correct? So that will be your place of supply. Maharashtra will be your place of supply. Okay. Next question. Examine the taxability of supplies in the following independent cases in terms of relevant provisions of CGST Act 2017. Brief reasons should form part of your answer. Mr. Satya, a physiotherapist registered with recognized paramedics authority, provided services to Mr. Dayal for restoring mobility after his spine surgery and charged 10,000 per month. Services comprise of regular home visit for physiotherapy session of 1 hour. We already said when services are provided by clinical establishments or paramedics, it will be exempt, correct? And a physiotherapist is covered by the definition of paramedics. Alright, no matter if they are providing it in individual capacity or through a clinical establishment, it will be exempt. Okay, so this is clearly exempt. Paustik Ahar provided services to Shishu Raksha, an Anganwadi by way of serving food. Anganwadi is covered under preschool to higher secondary. Okay, in that category, preschool to higher secondary category, Anganwadi is considered a part of preschool definition. Okay, by way of serving of food including midday meals for 6,000 per month. Shishu Raksha served food to students in Anganwadi under midday meal scheme sponsored through donations from corporates. Your midday meal scheme is included in your catering service, and catering service, when it is provided to preschool, it is exempt. All right, the fact that it is sponsored through donations from corporates is irrelevant. Okay, we are not going to be bothered about the source of this. All right, our main concern is it is catering service, it is provided to preschool, it is exempt. This line has been given simply to confuse you guys. Okay, fees charged by Passport Seva Kendra to Dada Exports Limited. We know that services of government by way of issuance of passport is exempt. Doesn't matter why you're issuing the passport itself is not an issue for us. Passport issuance by government organization is definitely an exempt service. Last question. Mr. Bose took a health insurance policy for the coverage amount of 5 lakh upon making payment of premium of 10,000 annually from Swasthya Bima Insurance Company on 1/10/2024. Okay, so he has taken an insurance policy of 5 lakh, premium is 10,000. Mr. Bose had no claim during 2024-25. When they mention no claim itself, the first thing that has to come to your mind is no claim bonus, correct? Swasthya Bima Insurance offered a discount of 5% on the renewal premium amount to Mr. Bose for having claim-free year 24-25 because the company has a policy of offering a discount of 5% on the renewal premium amount for every claim-free year in form of no claim bonus. So what is a no claim bonus discount is 5% every year. Whenever there is no claim, you will get a discount of 5% whenever you are paying the renewal premium. The Swasthya Bima Insurance Company makes the disclosure of the fact of availability of discount subject to certain conditions to Mr. Bose in the insurance policy document itself. Also, there is specific mention of the discount in the form of no claim bonus in the invoice. What did we learn under section 15 subsection 3? When discount, it is given before or at the time of supply. If it is mentioned in the invoice, you don't have to include it in the value of supply, correct? So this 5% discount, it was already mentioned in the invoice. Correct? It was mentioned in the insurance policy document. It was mentioned in the invoice issued by Swasthya Bima Insurance Company. So yes, you don't have to include it in the value of supply. As per Mr. Bose's accountant, he has to pay GST on whole renewal premium amount without any reduction as no claim bonus. Is for agreeing. Why? What is his reasoning? Look at his reasoning. Agreeing to the obligation to refrain from the act of lodging insurance. No, we are not refraining from the act of lodging insurance here, okay? Is the contention of the accountant correct? Reason for the same should form part of your answer. As I said, 15 subsection 3, discount before or at the time of supply. If it is recorded in invoice, it is not included in value of supply. And moreover, your no claim bonus is a permissible discount. You can reduce it from the value of supply, okay? Therefore, you can pay GST on value reduced by the no claim bonus. If it is 10,000, the 5% can be reduced, and then whatever is the net amount that you pay, on that you have to pay the GST. That's all. Determine whether liability to obtain registration arises or not under GST law in the following independent cases. Mr. G from Delhi is dealing in the purchase and sale of securities. This purchase of securities are not goods not services. They are neither goods nor services. Okay. So this is completely dealing with something that is not liable to tax. Correct? He disclosed the transaction of purchase and sale of securities in trading account, treated the same as business income. Turnover from April to September is 75 lakhs. Is he liable for registration? No. Why you're not liable to registration? Because you're exclusively dealing with something that is not liable to tax only. This is neither goods nor services. So, no need. KLJ Foundation from Jaipur, Rajasthan, a charitable trust registered under Section 12AB of the Income Tax Act 1961. Section 12AB, charitable trust, if they do charitable activities, it is exempt, correct? KLG Foundation receipts for the preceding financial year was 30 lakh. Whether KLG Foundation is required to take registration? No, because exclusively dealing with services that are exempt from tax. Okay, exclusively service exempt from GST. Therefore, no need for registration. Even if the threshold limit has crossed, still no need for GST registration. So that is all with your RTP. I hope you had a good session with me with RTP. Keep practicing. Do your MTPs also. All right. I'll come up with another session with MTP. I'll try to finish that also as quickly as possible. So happy learning.